You know, it's absolutely crazy how nurses can say that you're not doing your job as a mom, or you know what I'm saying, doctors can sit and point the finger and accuse you of not doing what you're supposed to be doing. But at the same time, I had to call this fetal medicine doctor I don't know how many times about my referral to them, and every time I call them, they're like, oh, we haven't received your paperwork. But you know, the last fax that they got from my doctor was December 23rd. My doctor faxed them, you know, for me to be seen by a fetal medicine doctor. I called back later on and sometime in January. They're like, oh, we didn't get the papers. You know, I called back again. And I called like 3 times in January. We didn't get the papers. We didn't get the papers. So today when I called, it was still the same thing. Oh, we didn't get the papers. So what I did was I got slick. I clicked over and called the doctor that faxed them. The doctor told them, oh, yeah, we did fax it on December the 23rd. So then she's like, well, did you fax this paper and did you fax this paper? She got all technical and difficult on the doctor that faxed her the papers. And I'm just like, oh my God, this is just like, this is crazy, because when it's time for me to deliver, oh, I'm going to get accused of everything under the sun, of being a bad parent, smoking marijuana, this and that and this. But late, I'm not getting any help for my prenatal care. When I call, I get excuses. I get the runaround. I get, oh, you're 6 months, so it's going to be hard for you to find a doctor. But yet and still, they want me to see student doctors, which is residents. How can they want me to see student doctors, residents, and I'm a high risk patient? In my opinion, in my personal opinion, and dealing with doctors over the years and dealing with their advice and different situations, watching my mom go through what she went through with doctors, watching what I went through with doctors, at a certain point, you have to make a decision for yourself, which is the best choice in your life. I can't base my choices off of doctors' decisions, because doctors haven't always been there for me. They haven't always made the right choices, and I don't agree with some of their findings and what they want you to do. I don't agree with it. So some point in your life, you know what I'm saying, like right now, you have to make a decision for yourself. And when this is when you're experienced with doctors, only when you're experienced, you know, I wouldn't advise it if you're just found out a diagnosis and you don't not sure. So no, only when you're experienced. I have been in the hospital system for a long time. I got the hiccups. I have been in the hospital system for a long time. I had dealt with many doctors. I have watched my mom be in the care of doctors, and they knew that she was on certain medications, and they did not recommend different medications. They kept her on those same medications that could cause death. So in dealing with all that, I've learned that, you know, sometimes you got to make a choice for yourself, because you can't always follow the opinion of a doctor, because sometimes doctors can lead you down that dark road, you know, and you'll be left there trying to figure out, you know, why didn't I make this decision? You know, so I'm going into my 6 month of pregnancy and still have not seen a doctor yet. I told y'all what happened the other day when I went to the doctor. They had me come there and sit there for 2 hours, go through all this questioning, and then came in after 2 hours and told me that they did not accept my insurance. And I was highly agitated. I was highly mad, because not only did they waste my gas, they wasted my time and my baby's time, because I was supposed to be homeschooling. You know, and then I see it as, okay, when it's time for me to go into the hospital, it's going to be all this finger pointing, when the whole time I've been doing what I'm supposed to do, been getting a runaround, and nobody has said nothing about that part. Nobody has talked about how the doctors tried to get me hooked back on medication. Nobody has talked about the pain that I have been through going through this pregnancy. Haven't talked about nothing. Tried to get to see doctors and fetal medicine doctors, and it's just not as easy as these social workers and these nurses try to make it seem. You know, when you go to picking your own doctor and you say, hey, I want this doctor, I don't want that doctor, that's when you start running into difficulties, because most of the time they want you to just be a follower. You know, and I'm an older parent. I'm just not going to follow anymore. I'm not 21. You're just not going to tell me, hey, go to this resident doctor, go to this resident high risk doctor. No, it doesn't work like that. If I can't do if I do the research and I don't like the reviews and I don't like what other people say about it, then I'm not gonna deal with them. If I see somebody else don't want to deal with them, why would I deal with them? Especially if I have had my own experiences. If I have had my own experiences and dealings with some of these people, why would I take the chance? And you know, like this one doctor, these residents, I got into it with these people 3 times. Why would I keep wasting my time and my energy trying to go to their office when they aren't for me? And then later on get blamed and said, oh, well, you didn't do this and you didn't do that. Do you know the reason why? I can't wait till someone looks back at these pregnancy log videos that I'm making so that they can see exactly what I went through. Because the lady that tried to slip me drugs when I was 5 months, that one was crazy. The doctor that told me my baby was going to die. You know, why aren't they getting penalized for being bad doctors? Why they want to penalize me and say, oh, you're a bad mom for smoking marijuana? But you got another doctor over here that tried to get me hooked. 2 doctors that tried to get me hooked on drugs. The psych doctor and some doctor, a few of them. And they're not being held accountable, but I'm going to be held accountable. Oh, man. To the social worker that I'm going to get. I don't want to say kiss my ass. I don't want to say that because that would be very unprofessional. But I'm waiting. I am waiting for you guys, because the hell that I have been through with no help at all, you people ought to be ashamed of yourself. I don't care if I am 6 months, I should be able to have prenatal care. And being 6 months, you can't just walk into the doctor's office and get prenatal care because these doctors are going to give you a hard time. Shame on you social workers for penalizing moms that has been going through this and not keeping a diary or a log of it. You guys really ought to be ashamed of yourself, for real. You shouldn't even be social workers.